the real big challenge is really getting the business to believe in analytics and actually use it. Right? So what really happens when we actually go and share things with people, and you recognize your own colleagues, yeah, there are people who know everything. They said, I mean, what can you guys who using trends and sitting in the back room know about the business? They've been running the business. We know everything. There are people who are apparently supportive. They tap you on the back and said, good results, great, let's sort of park it, and we have made our decisions already, right? And the worst kind of, let's say, audience, and which you have quite a lot of, is saying, you're telling me to increase money on media. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I'm going to use your support to get the money, but you're also telling me my pricing is not ready. I've got to reduce it. I can't do that. Right? So they'll pick and choose, cherry pick the results in there, and then we've gone through many, each one of these in every country I've worked with, right? And the challenge really is to how to move them from that to, listen, now I know, I believe in it. Let's work together and implement it. Yeah, and we've taken a lot of effort in the last year, 2 years specifically, to get this right. So initial days up to 2007, we were in the basic stage of trying to establish analytics as something which can give results. Even the practitioners like ourselves didn't really believe that you can actually look at the data and understand exactly what the consumers do. There are so many other factors which is going to drive a consumer into buying a product. Can we really find out from set of data? So we did few analytical projects where it's a little bit marketing mix modeling, some forecasting work, and so on, and trying to establish solutions and convince ourselves that yeah, this can work. And the next 3 years we said, okay, now that we know we have solutions in place, let's establish it little company-wide in levers in India and within Unilever and all of the D&D markets. So we started then, after our belief happened, we said, okay, let's have a set of results for all our key brands. So that's what we are focusing on, expanding coverage and so on. All that worked well. Our knowledge went up, and we were very sure it worked. Having said that, at the end of 2010, when we went back and said, okay, we did great work, we are very proud of ourselves, it did make a difference to the company, and we did an audit, and we realized that at best about 20% of the people implemented it. And if you probe on that 20%, 15% were implemented because the recommendations which came out of analytics was reasonably in line with what they were planning before. So in terms of changing mindset, it happened only in 5% of the cases. We said, okay, this is not good enough. I mean, doing good work is important. Unless it gets executed in the market and makes a difference to the company, it's got no value. So what we did was we then made a very concrete embedding plan, and this is not a Hindustan Unilever initiative. It's something which we have done globally. We said let's go through a process of getting analytics into the center of the plate. So first thing we said is analytics by data scientists alone doesn't make sense, right? It has to be in partnership. It has been talked about in the morning. It's absolutely valid one. We said the partnership doesn't. It has to begin even before the analytic work starts. So what we did was said let's get a buy-in early from the businesses by talking to them, understanding what is their key underlying burning issues. I go before every project, talk to them, saying what keeps you awake at night, right? So get them, if the solution answers what is actually bothering them, yeah, that is sort of opens the window immediately. So that one process, in fact, made a lot of difference, because they said suddenly, okay, this is not a team which is sitting externally looking at data, coming back and telling us. They come and talk to us before they have actually visited our consumers. They know our business. They understand it. And that's the first step. Second is customize the solution to those business issues. I'll show you some examples of all of this. Sometimes we tend to become very mathematical and very precise, saying this is what we can do and we can't go further. But in reality, business is going to adopt analytic solutions if you give it to at a level at which they are making a decision. Okay, just to give you an example, we said data in India is not good enough, so we used to do all our analytics initially at a very national level where errors are minimal. Right? We used to give national models because that's a tick mark for us. We have done our analytics. Right? Didn't get implemented. I told you about that. Effectively 5% implementation. One of the reasons for it is countries like India, and there are many other countries where your decision making is not at a national level. Yeah, you have local competitors. You have, if you take category like tea, yeah, your north and south behave completely differently, and nobody will ever take a decision which is absolutely national. They said, I need to know how do I fight the brand A, which is a competitor in the south, and brand B, which is a competitor in the north. Can you give me at that level? So we then started customizing solutions to it within the data limitations. Right? Third is don't be, don't stop analytics at the time you give solutions and sort of move on to the next project. Work with them constantly, and that's what we started doing. It's a constant engagement. Just to give you quote an example on this, we did some work in Vietnam in beginning of 2011, right? And after that, every quarter we went back to them, we tracked what they did, went back to them saying that, listen, you've implemented some part of it, you have not implemented, this is the result, we need to do something differently. So we kept, it's not modeling, we didn't really update the model, it's exactly the same set of models, it's still valid. But we engaged the business constantly, we ran scenarios, he said, okay, I know you can't implement our solutions completely, but what are you going to implement? Just let me know, I'll tell you the impact of that. So we worked on simulation, scenario planning, but it's not what you do, is the fact that you work with them continuously moves analytics completely into center of their decision making. Right? The fourth is track the results, and once you give it after a year, yeah, go back and say, okay, this is what we said, this is what the business did. Did they implement? Did it make a difference? Yeah, implementation is fine. Did it really make a difference? Did it make a difference to your market share, to your bottom line, and put that together. And if it did make a difference, then go and use that, because that one slide which says that majority of the business which implemented analytics turned around or grew. Yeah, you don't need to actually sell analytics anymore. It's already there. Yeah. And the last bit is getting the real top management, your CEOs and so on board, right? And what we have done now is moving from analytics as a brand category solution. We said, okay, we need a corporate solutions. We then started synthesizing this and going back to top management end of the year and saying that, yeah, based on all work done across India, this is the big insight on what you need to do as a company, not at a brand level and so on. Yeah? So made sure they were aware of that. So made sure there's buy-in from top management, because then it starts working well.